Hello lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and today I'm going to be trying out my favorite Y2K and late 1990s beauty products for a week. So I've been feeling really nostalgic lately. I think ever since I made that Pamela Anderson video and I started watching Pam and Tommy on Hulu. I don't know, I've just been feeling nostalgic. So I kind of wanted to go back in time and try to remember which beauty products I used when I was in high school and in my early 20s. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of just like go back in time and try to remember which products I use and how I did my makeup. So I remember loving Clinique when I was in high school and in my early 20s. I remember after I saw the movie Legally Blonde, I noticed that Elle Woods loved Clinique and she loved Clinique Happy. And this was basically my signature scent for the late 90s and early 2000s. I was obsessed with Clinique Happy. It was the first perfume I ever bought and I just loved the fresh scent. I remember I got really excited when they came out with Clinique Happy Heart, but that was a bit later. So that was basically my signature scent in high school and in my early 20s. And then I remember my friend had the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion and the Facial Cleansing Bar. So I wanted to try it and I had this whole 3-step system, I think probably from like age 16 to maybe even like 23 or 4, where I would use the Clinique Facial Soap Cleansing Bar as well as the Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. And then I also used the Clinique Clarifying Toner. And I love the 3-step system. I loved it because back in the day they even had the Clinique bonuses back then, and I would get like the bonus Clinique Happy. And I also remember straightening my hair for the first time. I think I was in like grade 10 and my mom told me that she used to straighten her hair with an iron instead of like an actual flat iron. And I didn't even know flat irons existed until maybe when I was in grade 12 when I bought a Conair one. So I would actually straighten my hair on an ironing board, and I remember buying the original Frizzies, and this was kind of like my first hair care product that wasn't like a drugstore shampoo conditioner. I didn't even know there was a such thing as like a thing to tame your frizz. So I remember buying Frizzies and I used it all the time to kind of moisturize my hair and tame frizz. And I was really excited to find out that you can still buy Frizzies, and I think it's the same formula. The only thing that is different is the packaging looks a lot different now. So I wish they still had the original packaging, but I actually really enjoyed using the Frizzies again. It's a decent product. I feel like it was kind of first of its kind when it came out, and that was super popular in the late 90s and early 2000s. And for makeup, when I was younger, like a teenager, I used to do a lot of dance, like ballet, jazz, tap. So we would do a lot of performances. So I did start wearing makeup at a young age, especially for the performances, except we didn't call it foundation. I don't even think I remember hearing about the word foundation until I like moved to Toronto when I was like maybe 20. We used to call it cover up. And I remember buying this Covergirl Cover Up combo. And this is an Outlast All Day Ultimate Finish Foundation. And as you can see in the vintage ad with Tyra Banks, it's still the same product. The package looks a little bit different, but I remember having the sponge and like the pancake style makeup. And I actually really enjoyed using this one again. It was super fun to try that. And for eyeshadow, I remember always having a frosted eyeshadow. So I remember I had this Maybelline pink eyeshadow. It actually came, it was almost like a stick, and I rubbed it on my eyelids every day. I even had it in blue. And I had these CoverGirl eyeshadows, and they're called eye enhancers. And I remember I had the blue one that I have here, and I also had a pink one. So I would wear those almost every day and just like do it on my eyelids. That was kind of my basic makeup routine. And then I also used, I believe, a Maybelline mascara. For concealer, I used this kind of basic Maybelline concealer. This one is called the Cover Stick. It kind of looks like a vintage lipstick. I swear, I don't know if it's just me, but I remember in the late 90s, I don't even remember like the wand liquid concealer like they have today. I feel like that's a newer thing, but maybe it's just me and I don't remember that. For face powder, I remember using the Covergirl face powder. It was super affordable and you could get it at the drugstore, and it's called Covergirl Smoothers. This is a pressed powder. It's super affordable, and I remember kind of the blue container. They changed the packaging a little bit, but I'm pretty sure this is the same formula. And I used to use it for my dance performances and It's super easy to apply, so I would use this in combination with my other CoverGirl. For lipstick, I didn't really wear lipstick in high school and in my early 20s. At least I don't really remember, but I do remember like the really glossy look was in style. I remember buying my first tube of Juicy tubes. I think I was like maybe 18 or 19. And I remember at the time it's $20, and I feel like the price hasn't gone up 20 years because they're still $20 now. But I remember back in the day, I mean, with inflation, maybe that's like $30 today. But I remember thinking that like I was being so bad because I spent $20 on this Lancome Juicy tubes. I just loved it. I remember I had a pink glossy one, and the one I bought this time is Dreamsicle, and I believe I had this one too, and it really gives you that frosted lip look. You can even wear it over top of lipstick. I really like the frosted shiny look it gave, and I had a lot of fun filming this video. It was just fun trying all of my favorite products from when I was younger and feeling nostalgic and just kind of seeing if they still work, what I think of them, would I buy them again. So let's jump right into me actually trying all of these vintage Y2K products for a week. Hello lovelies, so today is day one of my Y2K beauty routine. So I remember using all these products in the late 90s, early 2000s. So the first step is this Clinique cleansing bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and lather this and rub it all over my face. So I just jumped out of the shower, and I don't think I've used this since probably like the year 2001. But I remember high school buying this, and I don't know why they don't come with the little green container now. So I'm like, where am I supposed to put this thing? Which is kind of aggravating, to be honest. And the next step is the clarifying toner. So I got step 2, and this is a twice a day exfoliator. Mine's dry combination. So there's 1, 2, and 3. I thought I'd get the one in the middle. So I'm just gonna gently, ooh, it's actually stinging. I have a pimple on my forehead, so this actually kind of has a nice tingling sensation. Feels kind of good actually on my skin. Very refreshing. And again, I haven't used this in probably 20 years. Feels really good though. I feel like Clinique's having a comeback too. Because like the 90s and like Y2K is kind of having a comeback. I always see the Clinique counter at work, and I'm like, oh, I should try it again. So now I'm gonna put on the lotion. This is the Dramatically Different Plus lotion. I wonder if it's a little bit different than the one from before, because I don't remember saying the plus, so maybe they update the formula, but I remember this yellow cream. Doesn't really have a smell. Remember in the movie Legally Blonde, Elle Woods used Clinique? Oh, this feels nice. It's going on very smoothly, actually. This isn't bad. I don't mind it. It doesn't really have a strong scent or anything. Now we're going on to the foundation. So there's, back in the day, we used to call it Cover Up. At least like where I grew up, it was called Cover Up. And I remember using this CoverGirl one. It kind of has the retro container with the sponge. So I remember using that. And for concealer, I remember using the Maybelline. And it has that like retro stick. It kind of reminds me of the Max Factor Erase concealer. It actually goes on pretty smooth. I actually don't mind this. This is decent. I like the little stick. It kind of reminds me of lipstick. And I remember using this like way back in the day, the kind of vintage concealer. And I feel like it has decent coverage. I just rub it on my eyes. I know a lot of people like to use the blender, but I feel like, to be historically accurate, when I was a teenager, I did not use a beauty blender because they weren't really around. And so I think I just grew up doing my makeup with my fingers, maybe because I'm like old. So to me, it's like not a thing. And then I'm gonna put on the foundation. I'm gonna do, you said before, like wet the sponge a little. I never did that when I was younger, but I'm gonna do it a bit because I think it does help a bit to blend it. And this foundation's really good because it's like buildable, and it combines, like, it kind of gives you like a matte finish with good coverage. It kind of replicates almost a face powder too. And it goes on really nice. And for the price, I feel like it's really good. It kind of reminds me of the Elizabeth Arden one. And when I was a kid, I used to do like a lot of like dance and ballet. And so I started wearing makeup at a fairly young age because we had to wear foundation and like eyeshadow and stuff when we were performing. So I remember having this foundation, and bringing it to dance, putting it on. And this foundation has really good powdery coverage, so you almost don't need the face powder, but I used to use the Covergirl face powder as well. And this one's really affordable and works really well, giving you like a nice smooth, it's CG smoother, so it kind of gives you a nice smooth effect. It gives you a nice smoothing effect on your skin. And then I used to wear like Covergirl and Maybelline frosted eyeshadow, and I remember having this one. I had it in a pink color too, but I couldn't find it. And I used to just basically do frosted eyeshadow all the way on my lid. When I was younger, I feel like I still love the frosted look. And this is like a vintage Covergirl product. It's called Eye Enhancers, and I love this like kind of pastel blue shade. And then I just kind of give my eyelid a nice frosted look. And that's like a really nice color, I like it. I like the little stick it comes with too, and this is what I used to do in high school. So yeah, this is the eyeshadow I used to use in high school in the early 2000s. I like it, it's kind of nice. I wish I could find that light pink one because that was my favorite and I always used it. And then you kind of just do your eyelids. They have a really nice white one too. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry my hair and stuff. But that is it for like what I did in late 90s, early 2000s for my makeup. Hello lovelies, so now I'm doing the final step of my routine. So I washed my hair, and as you can see it's a little bit frizzy a little bit here. So in high school I used to always use frizzies, and this is the original. They changed the bottle. I kind of like the old one, so I'm gonna try it because I haven't used this in like 20 years. So I'm just gonna do a few pumps and get it going and do a little bit. And I feel like this kind of kicked off that like frizz stuff, because I feel like back in the day they didn't have that many options. It smells really good, so I'm just running it through my hair right now to get rid of some of the flyaways. And I always have problems with frizz for some reason. This feels good. So I'll put a bit on now and then leave it, because I always sometimes have a tendency to put too much on and then I look like all greased up. But it feels pretty good. It smells good. So yeah, and I love this eyeshadow. I feel so Y2K right now. It's nice. I'm gonna go look for the pink one. I think I might like swing by a drugstore and see if I can find the pink one. So yeah, this feels good. It's nice. And obviously to finish the look, I have to use my Clinique Happy. Ah, so nostalgic. Oh god, I love that smell. Hello lovelies, so today is day 2 and I'm gonna wash my face with my Clinique bar. Again, the only thing that's bugging me about it is the lack of container for it because it's sitting on my sink, and I wish I had a nice little thing to put it in. But I feel like for the price, this would last a very long time. The bar is pretty big. I can imagine it lasting like even like a year. I don't know. I think it's like $30 or something, so I guess it's pretty good if you consider how long it would last. I think that'd be a fun video to do, is like talk about different vintage face cleansing soap bars. And yeah, this one feels pretty good. I really have no complaints about it besides the container. So I'm just gonna rinse this. And the next step is the toner, which I'm enjoying too. I also like the tingly feeling on my skin when I use this one. It feels pretty good. It doesn't really have a strong scent or anything. But yeah, I kind of like that it stings a little. I think it's only because I have a few pimples and I feel like it's kind of like drying it out. And I got the level 2, so I think that's like for combination dry skin, I think. But yeah, it feels pretty good. So far, like no irritations, the skin doesn't feel too dry. And now we're gonna do the lotion, the different one. This one I remember I had in high school. Didn't really have a scent or anything. So far it feels pretty good on my skin. All right, so I'm gonna start with that Maybelline Vintage Concealer. I like the tip with this one. It makes it easy to apply. So I have a few blemishes and stuff, so I'm just gonna put it around here and around my eye area. The blend's pretty good. Like, I know it seems drastic now, but once I rub it in, it's not bad actually. And there's something very vintage about it, because I feel like when I was younger, those are the only type of concealers I used. And once I got older, they had the ones with the wand. I never used like a beauty blender or stuff or anything in high school. I'm gonna continue to kind of do the technique that I did back then, and that's my fingers. I just feel like I can easily blend it like that. And now I can just go in with the Covergirl Foundation. And this one kind of gives you a really nice powdery finish. So you almost don't need a face powder when you use this. It has pretty good coverage too, and I feel like it's very affordable. You can almost pop this out too and put it in a vintage one container. And yeah, I feel like it blends really easily. Gives me like a nice smooth matte finish. And it's buildable. I really like the sponge too. I feel like it makes it way easier. And that's that. That was pretty easy. And now I'm going to use the Vintage Blue eyeshadow. I had so much fun with it yesterday. I really like this one. It's super fun. And then I can just sweep it across my eyelids and do like that really fun frosted look. I went back to the drugstore yesterday to see if I could find a nice frosted pink one, and I couldn't. I swear they used to sell it. Maybe they do in the States, but when I was in high school, I always wore this frosted pink one on my eyes and I loved it. But this blue one's fun too, and I noticed, because I wore it all day, that my eyelids, like they never crease the eyeshadow, like it stays on all day, like a nice smooth finish. Because I know a lot kind of crease over time, but this one didn't. I thought it was pretty good. And then I'm gonna finish with just a bit of face powder, but to be honest, with this foundation, you really don't need much because it has a matte finish. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on. And to finish the look, I'm gonna put on a tiny bit more frizzies. I have to say that my hair feels so soft from it yesterday. It's actually really good. I didn't think it'd be this good. I had Moroccan oil that I was previously using, but I think this is better. And I love the smell of this one too. And yeah, I'm just put a little bit on my hair. It makes it really smooth and soft. On my ends, my bangs, kind of everywhere. Don't need much, but it feels really nice. I love it. I'm gonna continue using it. Like, I can't believe I forgot about frizzies this whole time. It's right in front of me. After using it, because I used to always use it in high school. I loved frizzies, like way back in the day when I used to straighten my hair. And then I have to use my vintage juicy tubes, which is super, I remember like back in like 2000 buying this. And I thought it was so expensive because it was $20. I mean, it is kind of expensive. It's weird though, because I think they're still $20. And then lastly, I have to spritz my Clinique Happy. Oh, that's such a fresh scent. I really like it. I know it's my cat. It kind of smells like Clinique Happy now because when I like give him a hug, I smell the Clinique Happy. So anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, lovelies. I just woke up at 5:30 a.m. this morning. I think it's getting close to 6 now. Here's the Clinique soap. I better hurry though because I'm working on a movie today, background acting. I don't know, some love movie. I think it probably is a Hallmark. I'm not entirely sure. I'm playing a high-end hotel guest. It's supposed to take place in the spring, so I'm wearing like a spring dress and stuff. I don't know why, but I have a terrible pimple right here. It kind of hurts. Yeah, so I'm just getting ready to do that. I have to be there at 6:48. All right, now I'm gonna use the toner. I really hope that pimple goes away. It's like the worst spot. And the one day I'm doing a movie, God, worse of luck. I'm just gonna be gentle. I am trying to make a conscious effort of doing upward motions and being gentle on my skin. To be honest, it feels like I'm still going gentle and I get comments that I'm not. So I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for your advice. I appreciate it. I know it's, when you say that, you mean well. So I'll take that into consideration. And now put on the lotion. This lotion is pretty good actually. Doesn't really have any fragrance, but it's very moisturizing. Okay, now I'm going to put on the foundation. I switched my camera to cinematic mode to test it. It looks really cool. It blurs the background. And my cat Pinky is meowing for some reason. But I don't know why he's freaking out. It's annoying. So if you hear meowing, that's why. And this foundation is pretty good for coverage. And I like how quick and easy it is to apply. Except I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to cover this silly pimple. At least I have bangs to kind of mask it for now. And I guess it's good that it's not like down here. Because you know how it is when you wear a mask, it rubs off all your makeup, so this part won't be covered by the mask, so I think I'll be okay. Still annoying though. And now I just need to add a bit of concealer with my Vintage Concealer. See if I can, God. Now I'll try to blend it a bit. I do like the tip on this. Oh yeah, funny, it's called Cover Stick. It's like the vintage name. Like cover up, cover stick, that's cool. Instead of rubbing too much, if I tap it. Now I'm gonna put on my lovely eyeshadow. I like this one. It's really pretty and it matches my dress, which is perfect. I'll continue to use this little mirror. Oh, it's such a nice color. It makes me so happy. I wish I had the pink though. And lastly is the Juicy Tubes. And my lips, they're not bad. And my Clinique Happy. And I'm just gonna finish combing my hair, doing my mascara, but I'm running late, so I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Hello, lovelies. So I just got out of the shower and I'm gonna quickly wash my face with the Clinique Bar. So I was on that movie set yesterday from 6:45 a.m. till 10 at night. So it was definitely a long day. It was fun, but busy and long. So I ended up sleeping in a bit today and resting because I go to work my other job tomorrow, which I'll tell you what it is in a second. I'm just gonna rinse my face. All right, now I'm gonna put on the toner. I think I'm liking this toner. I can't tell if it's like drying my skin or exfoliating it, but I like the tingling sensation. I think it's working on those pimples. I haven't been wanting to really touch that one, so I'm kind of just leaving it and just gently patting over it because I don't want to like try to make things worse. So I'm just kind of gently tapping it. So 3 days a week I work at a department store here in Canada and I do like the marketing. So that's like the visual merchandising and displays. Also help a little bit with like the online orders. And the reason why we start at 6 a.m. They're trying to change the hours now, so only one day a week I start at 6 a.m. and the other I start at 8. But the reason why we start at 6 a.m. is to like get everything done before the store opens. And then Wednesdays I start at 6 because that's when the truck comes with like the new delivery and we have to like open everything and sort it. And then the next day we like put everything out on the floor, stuff like that. So I just do that part-time. We get a good discount too, and I like it for the discount on the cosmetics, stuff like that. And it's nice just to like break things up a bit and get out of the house because I find doing YouTube alone full time can be a little bit isolating. So I like the social aspect and just like breaking up my routine. And sometimes I like dilly daddle where in the morning I'll like either sleep in, take too long like responding emails, and then it's like noon anyways or 1. And if I start at 6, I'm off at like noon or like 1:30. So to me, I might as well just go work in the morning, like 3 days a week, instead of just like wasting time. So I don't know, I don't mind it, I like it. And it also like gives me exercise because we're like walking around the store a lot. So there's a lot of benefits to me. yeah, anyways, all right, I'm gonna go do my makeup now. So now I'm gonna do my Covergirl Foundation, which I have been liking. I actually don't mind just putting it on dry, to be honest. I know a bunch of people said to wet it, but I feel like it would get moldy doing that. I feel like it goes on pretty smooth. It's just easy. That's why I like the sponge actually. It's just so quick. Like it only takes me like less than a minute just to quickly rub the foundation on my face. I'm not 100% sure on this concealer in terms of coverage. I feel like when I apply it and I try to blend it, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like a liquid version better. I think I might use the sponge from the foundation to kind of dab and blend. And then I'll go in with the powder. The powder on top, gently, just kind of mattify and set everything. So I'll just add a little bit of my Y2K eyeshadow. And in my like late early 20s, I just do the frosted, like one color. And that is it. So I'm gonna dry my hair and stuff and then put my frizzies in my juicy tube. So I blow dried my bangs. I'm gonna let the rest of my hair air dry and I'll probably put in some frizzies later once it dries a bit, but I usually don't like to blow dry the whole thing. So I'm gonna spray my Clinique Happy and put on my juicy tubes. Oh, I love the smell of Clinique Happy, it's so good. And that is it. I'll check back with you guys later, bye. Good morning, lovelies. So today is the last day. It's 7:15, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my giant Clinique bar. I'm not sure if I like this sitting here on my sink like this. I'm really disappointed they didn't include the cool green container like the vintage ones. That's the only problem. It's like, but I do think this is good value. I think all the face cleansing bars of soap, like I feel like you get good bang for your buck because I just feel like this would last like a year. It's so big and you only use a tiny bit every day. So I think it's not bad. And just do a quick cleanse and rinse. And next is the toner, which I'm actually liking. It's not bad. It's kind of refreshing on my skin, so I really don't mind it. I have no real complaints about it. Okay, now I'm gonna put on the lotion. It seems like it's very moisturizing and goes on quite smooth. Again, it has no scent or anything. So I think it would be good if you had sensitive skin. And now I'm gonna do the foundation, which I have been liking too. And then I have the concealer. I'm not 100% at first I like the concealer, but now I don't know. I can't tell if it's like when I blend it, if the coverage is that good. And then the powder. I do like this powder. It's like pretty basic, but it gets the job done. And the eyeshadow's pretty good too, but I did notice that it can crease. Because I noticed by the time I got home later in the day, it was a little bit creased, but I think you can put primers and stuff on your eyelids to help with that a bit. I love the juicy tubes. This is definitely very nostalgic. Then I got my Clinique Happy, which I love. I can spray a lot of it and it's really good. All right, so I will see you guys later. I'm gonna share my final thoughts later this afternoon when I get home from work. So yeah, I had a really good time trying all these products for a week, and let me know kind of what's your nostalgic beauty products that you can remember from your late teens and early 20s. I'd love to know in the comments below. I also want to know if you can still buy these products because it would be fun to try a different decade. For me, these are the decades that I remember because this is kind of when I first started using makeup at a young age. But if you were born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, let me know in the comments below. Or even if you were born in the late 90s and early 2000s, I want to know what you were using or you are using as a teenager now. All right, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.